When startup founders make their first steps into the market, they often need the help of UI/UX designers. In such situation, they usually ask for demo, prototype, or MVP design. But honestly, very often they don't fully understand what this or that word means when it comes to design. All these terms may seem almost identical for aspiring startup founders, which is why they may build false expectations from the designers. Hi, I'm Eleken, a founder of Eleken UI/UX design agency for SaaS. I want to help you understand the difference between a demo, prototype, MVP, and full product so that you can define what approach to design you should expect from UI/UX designers in each particular case. They are all different concepts that serve different purposes. So choosing the wrong one may cause a waste of valuable resources, which you just cannot let happen at the stage of an early startup. So let's start by defining a demo. Product demos usually depict key features or certain flows users have when interacting with software. They may come in various forms: a video, slide deck, clickable prototype, or else. So what is a demo and when you may need it? Businesses create demos to demonstrate to other people the value that product may offer if they bought it or if that product existed. Demos are created for an external audience, potential customers or investors. That's why the way you present it is usually more important than the functionality you include. If you talk about a demo, meaning a finished product, it usually serves the purpose of a walkthrough or a tutorial to show the viewer how software works. If it's an early stage product, the demo helps people understand how beneficial the product would be for them once it's available. Demo often comes in a form of clickable design or a piece of code together with the mock-up designs. In both variants, businesses use demos to close the deal. Their goal is to convince somebody, in most cases potential customers or investors, that the concept is worth paying for. So as a startup founder, you should design a demo once you've validated a customer and the problem assumptions, and you want to get enough early adopters that want to pay for your offer or need to find investments for further development. As mentioned, the purpose of demo solutions is to help businesses close the deal. That's why its success depends not on accurate and detailed feature representation, but on your ability to demonstrate how beneficial the product will be for those who use it. So here's what your design approach should be like. First of all, define the reason you want to design a demo. For example, you need to sell an existing product to customers, attract investments, or gain the first users. Next, research and define the target audience and what they expect from your product. Consider if they have any previous knowledge of your company or if you have to present yourself within software that hasn't been released yet. Define what form of demo design will best communicate the product's value for your target audience. Should it be clickable prototype, Google Slides, or a video? Create a visual asset. The design should be engaging and memorable as it's intended to sell your product, but don't focus on details too much. You need to build it fast and it's not the final version of your product. The next point is to write a script that clearly communicates your mission and sells your idea well. The final thing to mention, don't forget to run short tests before bringing your demo to the market. And remember, all you need from design at this stage is to ensure it helps the viewer imagine what they could achieve if they have your product. The next term we'll discuss today is prototype. Prototypes and demos are often used to refer to one and the same thing, especially when we are talking about early stage products. And as you already know, demos may come in different forms, including a prototype. A prototype in its turn may serve different goals too. When talking about prototypes, most people would imagine a rough version of a product that you show to prospective customers for the proof of concept or idea testing. In other words, it's more internally oriented and may be anything from pencil drawing to HTML code. Demos in their turn are thought of as visually appealing, customer-ready assets. So a UX prototype is a rough version of a product that allows the viewer to understand what idea, user flow, and layout it has, and how the future product is going to work. A startup founder may need to present the idea to investors and persuade them that this is feasible and worth putting money into full-fledged development. Test the idea before the release to determine if it's actually going to work or not without busting the whole budget. Test the design to see if it needs any improvements or if it meets your expectations at all. And last but not least, to collect user feedback to define if your potential users like what you've built for them and real product shortcomings. Taking into account all the goals founders pursue when building a prototype, here's what to expect from its design. The prototype design process is quite similar to the demo design. But while demos are not focused on accurate feature representation, when creating a prototype, you'd probably want to showcase the functionality people would use in a full-scale product. So when designing a prototype, keep focused on its goal and audience. Choose an iterative design process, as it's important to deliver prototypes fast and often. You may also start with low-fidelity mockups and improve them after after receiving feedback. And don't forget to make small adjustments each time to test the prototype on users. That's all about prototypes. Let's talk about MVPs now. If you're interested in MVP specifically, I've got a separate video fully dedicated to the MVP concept on my channel. You can find the link in the description, and here we'll focus more on what MVP is in comparison to demos, prototypes, and full products. We can define an MVP as a product with the minimum functionality necessary to confirm or disprove your hypothesis. The main difference between a demo solution and the MVP is that, unlike a demo, an MVP is a fully functional product that contains key features. This way, users can experience the product's value on its own. Businesses build MVPs to verify if customers are ready to use their products and pay them before investing more in development. You may also need an MVP if you want to quickly launch your product, enter the market with low budget, gather high-quality feedback from your early adopters, or determine the product market fit. So here's what to expect from MVP design. While designing demos and prototypes can take several days or weeks, with an MVP design you should be ready that it can take months. Since MVP's main goal is to test the concept and define how users will adopt it, your design approach should be focused on researching the market and competitors, conducting interviews with potential and existing customers to define their problems and expectations, create user flows and customer journey maps, verifying all the ideas your team produces with real users, defining core functionality with the help of wireframing and prototyping, organizing all the visual elements into UI kit to be able to follow consistent visual style across the whole product as you grow. And finally, we came to the last concept for today, a full product. A full product solution is the one that offers customers more than just basic features, this way exceeding their expectations. A full product is the next step of a minimum viable product. If your MVP proves to be viable and customer feedback shows that people like it and are willing to pay for a solution, it's time to move further. When you go beyond MVP, it means that you'll have to consistently improve your offering by making iterative changes. So here's what to expect from full product design. Once your MVP is adopted, you start receiving feedback from users. They would give you many ideas on how to improve and evolve your product into a fully fledged solution. That's why your design approach would probably look like this. First, together with the designer, you gather customer feedback, for example, by conducting user interviews and analyzing support tickets. The goal is to define what challenges they face. Then, your team ideates possible solutions to those problems with the help of brainstorming. Next, the designer creates a working prototype to embody your ideas. Finally, you test prototypes with users and review what works and what doesn't. But that's not the end. You repeat the whole process again and again, revising and improving your solution to become closer to the goal with each repetition. This is called an iterative design process. If you want to learn more about it, there is a video on my channel when I talk about the iterations and how they can help you design a product that users love. Okay, let's now summarize key facts about demos, prototypes, MVP, and full products. Despite a common belief, you don't have to start with an MVP. In a perfect world, you start with creating several variants of your idea with rough prototypes. Show them to as many potential customers as you can, collect their feedback, and try to identify which version solves customers' problems best. After it's done, build a demo to present your commercial offer and prove its value to prospects to see if they're willing to pay for it, and to investors if you need additional resources to continue working on the product. Next, when you know there is enough people willing to buy your product, you can design MVP and test how the market reacts to your idea. Finally, if everything goes well and people buy your offer, you can continue with a fully fledged product to meet the maximum customers' expectations. After all, demos, prototypes, MVPs, and full products are all useful tools to another stage of product development. But you should carefully choose which one you need to build first for your specific case. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was useful. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and have an amazing day.